Alright, yellow develops professional sports, increases population, builds a professional sports, takes reserves, and takes patriotism. Not really sure what those are going to do for him at this point. War resolves and blue gets 17 culture. And then blue plays an event, and it is inhabited territory. So inhabited territory would help me with this food problem. I'm going to have to resolve or possibly fix the loss of one food here. There's nothing I can do with the population. I don't have enough resources to do anything but finish the wonder. And putting this in costs me 29 culture to put a unit in, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to pass. All right, and here impact of happiness is revealed. I'll explain how that happened in just a second. But looks pretty good. It is actually my turn now. So I watched this earlier, so unfortunately you don't get to watch it. So I'm sorry that I took that away from you. But basically, what happened? We saw blue resolve the war, and yellow sacrificed a rifleman. Then blue played an event, and inhabited territory came out. Blue and I didn't bid. I think you actually did see this, but yellow bid one and won it. Then on blue's turn, they played reserves, played Endowment for the Arts, and got 3, destroyed a mine, finished Red Cross, and got 34 culture, and then built an arena. So they had 122, so they were actually ahead before my turn started, but then the war resolved. He sacrificed another cavalryman here and got 6, but I won by 43 and 148 culture. Then I prepared Impact of Architecture. I considered doing Armed Intervention or Plunder. There's a way to do Plunder and get some food to do something with. I think the food would have I could have taken 2 food and then not had to do anything about the food situation and the famine. But I guess I opted against doing all of that, and I didn't do Armed Intervention for the culture from yellow. I think I did Impact of Architecture because it gives me the most culture more than blue. And I just thought it would be better to catch up with blue than to take more culture from yellow, essentially. So I think this turn's pretty straightforward. There's not much we can do. We can take multimedia and discover it. Just because we can take rockets. We can take internet for some reason. Yellow's not going to be able to finish it anyway, so that doesn't really matter. We're going to lose 4 culture for this famine unless we do something about that. But we don't have enough science to discover anything else, so we can finish this wonder. Get 35 culture for that. And then what do we do? We're not strongest if we pull that down. That is bad for Impact of Architecture. This one, maybe? So what did this cost us? It cost potentially 2 for impact of variety, which I don't know is in here. It costs 1 for the actual culture that it generates. I don't think it really, no, it wouldn't cost a happiness. This is really all for nothing because I don't think it's going to make a difference, but this is fun just to look. We'll check impact of culture, but I don't think so. Balance, it won't matter because I don't make any food. Technology, no. Population's still being used, although that doesn't really matter for that. Yeah, I don't think most it could cost us 3 for variety. We're not going to win. Well, that's not true. It could impact the impact of culture as well. And that would be 7 culture, potentially. So, I mean, we gain 4, we lose 1, so we gain 3, potentially lose 2 plus 7 is 9. It's really not going to make a difference. Yellow would be the one that would play impact of culture. Yellow hasn't played an event. Maybe they will. I probably would do this just because it's a little more predictable, and 4 cultures, not a big deal for the famine here. And I don't know, is there a challenge to do something, or like an achievement if you do something with famine? Probably not. But let's end the turn. Should we just take all of this? Just because it's fun, I guess. Alright, we'll end the turn. Not really anything to look at. That's the end of the game. And we'll check back after yellow has finished the game.
So I thought I was disappointing you in the beginning of the turn when I missed just the 1 turn there, but I also didn't get recording of the impacts and the scores from those. The only thing I did get is this 1 screenshot, just enough to send it into the tournament. And so we can see that I won, so at least in this case we knew that's probably what was going to happen. But what we can do is take a look at the final scores compared to the scores at the end of the last turn that was recorded. So we can see that we gained about 44 culture from the impacts, and blue gained about 43 as well, so that was really close from an impact perspective. And yellow, after they got maybe 10 culture for their turn, so at 36, also got about 40 culture, up to almost 80. So we know there was impact of industry and population, competition, architecture, and then whatever blue played, and then maybe yellow played one at the end. We're not really sure here. But either way, it was a good game. I'm happy that we were able to pull it out and win in the end. And now let's take a look at the scores for the championship. So in Game 6, we won the 3-player game over JFK and Inko, and Kaimel won the 4-player game, beating JK Mushi and Sleepwalker. So I mentioned this before, but these games didn't really all finish up in order like this, and I'll probably record these differently next time, or at least upload them differently. But if we were to go in order, these are the results, and the standings would be this. Kaimel in first place with 28 points. We are in second place with 27, JK Mushi in third with 22. So these would be the scores going into the 7th game. So it's very close between first and second. And in the last game, Kaimel and I will be in the same game. So it'll be fun to watch us play. And I'll start uploading those videos next Monday. In the meantime, you can let me know you enjoy these videos with a like, subscribe, or comment. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next match.